Hey everybody, I wanted to respond briefly to Meet Kevin's discussion about having a gold-backed cryptocurrency today. He suggested that, maybe he should go and build his own gold-backed cryptocurrency, and I did have some thoughts about it and wanted to share. One of the things he said was, if the technology exists, if someone can build this. And I wanted to point out that actually it's not a technology issue, meaning there's nothing difficult about creating this token on chain on something like Ethereum. All you need to do is go get an ERC20 contract from something like OpenZeppelin, customize it for your needs, maybe add some admin only functions so you can mint them and burn tokens, so you can manage the amount of tokens outstanding on chain and then distribute it just like any other token. So there's no technology issue here. The actual issue is all of the infrastructure, all of the logistics that have to go behind the scenes to actually maintain the peg between the gold that you have in reserves and the actual currency, right? So the first thing you'd have to do is you need to find a custodian for this gold. That's not easy. You need a place to hold this gold for it to be secure. You don't want people to come in and steal the gold and break the peg between the token and the actual gold reserves you have in your vault. The other thing is, as Meet Kevin said correctly, you need to have auditors that are trustworthy and are doing routine audits between the balances that you have in reserve and also, the amount of tokens that are issued. The other thing you would need is you would really need to build on-ramp and off-ramp, right? So you need to be able to have ability for people to buy this token from you, probably in exchange for cash, meaning you need to have a separate website that's not on Ethereum where people can send you dollars and you take those dollars and you buy gold with it to add to your reserves, and then you issue the token to them. Well, because you're doing something in the physical world, you can't do that instantaneously, right? So there's going to be some lag between the point when people give you money, you can update and purchase more gold and update your reserves and mint the token. If you mint the token right when you receive the cash, then there is some discrepancy between your internal reserve of gold and how many tokens are actually floating around in Ethereum, right? So what you could do is you could batch it, meaning you take money every day or every week, and at the end of that day, end of week, you go out and you actually purchase the gold, put it in your reserves, and then issue the tokens. The opposite is also true. When you off ramp, right, someone sends you the tokens and they need to be able to redeem the gold or redeem the cash, just like having a Circle account. Well, what are you going to do? Are you going to receive a token and then send them, by mail an ounce of gold or a portion of an ounce of gold? Probably not. You're probably gonna, give them USD back. So probably you as the custodian or, your third party needs to take the gold, again, sell it at market rates, get the cash, and then send it back to that person. So all of these things logistically are pretty heavy. I mean, they're not simple. So it's not just a technology issue of having this smart contract or not. The smart contract is actually the simplest part. The most complex part is actually running the logistics of maintaining these reserve ratios, with the tokens outstanding. The other thing is, what do you do if something happens to these reserves? If these reserves are confiscated, stolen, if some of them go missing, if the nation that you're having this vault in, gets attacked in World War III, many things could cause this peg to actually break. So it's, not just as simple as creating a token on Ethereum and then having a gold reserve somewhere. The other thing is about payments. He was saying it'd be really amazing to have payments and you need a lot of merchants to accept this. Well, there's no difference between a merchant accepting your gold token versus accepting any other type of token that's on Ethereum network, right? So the issue right now is that most places do not accept cryptocurrency as a form of payment, right? It doesn't matter if the token is gold backed or diamond backed or stablecoin, etc. The issue is most merchants are not familiar with and do not accept cryptocurrency payments, period, right? That's really the issue. The other issue is people are not good at managing their cryptocurrency wallets, right? So the bottleneck for people accepting and transacting in this gold-backed token is not because they trust the token or not, that it's backed by gold or backed by US dollars or whatever. It's the user experience complexity of managing a cryptocurrency wallet right now, and merchants understanding how to receive cryptocurrency, waiting for the correct number of confirmations to make sure that they don't get scammed, that there's no block reorganizations, and then converting that cryptocurrency to cash so that they can, use that money to pay employees or buy more supplies, etc. So kind of the same issues that have been plaguing cryptocurrency adoption right now are still there. And just adding another token that is backed by gold versus, free energy or, Doge coins or dogs or whatever, all the crazy stuff you see in the cryptocurrency ecosystem is not solved just because it's backed by gold now. The same points of friction that we've always had are the points of friction right now that prevent being paid by Bitcoin or Ethereum, and these are obviously very volatile, more volatile than gold, but in a 1 hour, half an hour, 15-minute period where a merchant could receive that payment and then convert it to cash using a plethora of services out there right now, they're not really that volatile, right? So yeah, gold is a little bit less volatile, but it's not going to solve all of the inherent issues with small merchants accepting cryptocurrency payments now. So it seems like a cool idea, but it's not actually, I think, solving for the right thing. Now, if Texas is able to adopt this and they're able to somehow enable merchants to accept this token as a payment network and introduce it as something that we use, muscle memory, and it's very convenient to use just like a credit card or cash, then there's the potential for, this to be a real thing, something to really have value there. So I think that lies in the power of the Texas government if they can somehow mandate that or make it very easy for merchants and customers to transact on the system. But as I said, that's not really something that's very simple. The other issue is, obviously whenever you're trying to convert cryptocurrency to fiat, KYC, money laundering, banks are very weary of that for good reason, right? If you have any kind of token and you put it on Ethereum, malicious people can use it for all kinds of reasons. It's kind of out of your control. So whenever you have an on-ramp and an off-ramp, those are the areas that are monitored. And that can make it very difficult for certain merchants to, settle in USD immediately. And let's not forget, without this payment ability, then you're just talking about basically like a gold ETF, right? You're buying into a fund that holds gold reserves somewhere, and there's a mapping of shares to gold where it's a little bit easier for you as the end user to handle versus having physical gold in your basement, right? So in that case, there's not really a benefit having this be cryptocurrency. It as a payment channel, it's really no better than just holding ETF shares of a gold ETF then at that point in time, right? So the issue here, of turning this into a system that can be used day to day is the friction of sending and receiving cryptocurrency payments, not the backing of the token. So my point is, there's a lot more that's at stake here, and that's difficult to handle than just is there such thing as a currency that's gold backed or not. Kevin is pretty knowledgeable about a variety of things. He's definitely a go-getter, and I think he's definitely very intelligent. But on this cryptocurrency issue, I think he is missing the point here a little bit. It's not just that this token doesn't exist and that's why people aren't using it. It's because the UI and UX that is part of the whole can of worms of accepting cryptocurrency payments is incredibly difficult still. It's something that people don't understand. That's all. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you have any responses to this or thoughts on this, I'd love to hear it in the comment section below. See y'all later. Bye.